Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to discuss about the array list and its implementation and what are the methods in the array list we are going to use, and in the real time how the array list works. In this video we will get these topics, and let's get started with this. And here, what is array list and what its introduction. And first, in the Java, ArrayList is a class uses a dynamic array for storing the elements. It's like an array, but there are no size limit. We can add or remove elements at any time, so it is much more flexible than the traditional array. It is found in the Java util package. It's like a vector in C++. Here there is no size limit. If you want to use the array list, there is not required to initialize with the size. There is no size limit, and we can add and remove elements at any time, and it's a very flexible than the traditional array. If you use a traditional array, we have to fix one size in initial while initiation. You need to fix the array. And the next point, the array list in the Java can have duplicate elements also, and its implementation, the list interface, so we can use all methods for the list interface here. Now the array list, it implements the list. We can use all methods. This array list maintains the insertion order internally, and here whenever you are adding the any elements, it follows the insertion order. It won't add it random. Just whenever you are adding the any element, it will insert one by one like this. Here how we added, and it can access the duplicate values also. It can store the duplicate values here. And the next, the points to remember. The Java array list can contain the duplicate points. Already we know that in the list we can store the duplicate elements. And Java ArrayList class maintains the insertion order. This is the second point. It maintains the insertion order. And the Java ArrayList class is a non-synchronized. It's not thread safe. It's non-synchronized. And Java ArrayList allows a random access because the array works on index basis. In the ArrayList, it works based on the array index basis, so it allows the random access. You can access any at any time. In array list, manipulation is a little bit slower than the linked list in Java because lot of shifts need to occur if any element is removed from the array list. And here we cannot create an array list of the primitive types. It won't allow to store primitive data type. It is required to use the required wrapper class only in such cases. And next, main important, array list in the general usage. The array list, most of the people use array list rather than the vector, and as said, the most of the users in the collection, they use array list to store the data because their advantages. And next, ArrayList class declaration. How how the ArrayList will declare it. Here the public class ArrayList extends the abstract list. The ArrayList, it extends abstract list also, and it implements the list interface. Already we know that it implements the list interface, and random access and clonable and serializable. These are the classes it will implements. These are the interfaces: list and random access, clonable and serializable. These are the interfaces implemented by the array list. And this is the chart, like a list implements the array list. And the next, the important methods of array list. Here the void add. Whenever you want to add any element particularly to array list, you can use this method add. It is used to insert the specified element at the specified position in the list. And the boolean add it is used to append the specified element at the end of the list. If you want to add any element at the end of the list, you can use the boolean add. It will give the true or false. And the next, boolean add all. If you want to add the collection into the one more collection, you can use this method add all. It is used to append all the elements in the specified collection to end of the list in the order that they are returned by the specified collections iterators. And next, void clear. It is used to remove all the elements from the list. If you want to clear all the elements, then you can use clear function, clear method. And next, here e get index, it is used to fetch the element from the particular position. If you want to get any element from the particular position, you can use this method, e dot get method. You need to pass the index, and the boolean is empty. It checks whether the array list is empty or not. It will checks and it will give the true or false value. And contains, next method contains, it returns the true if the list contains a specified element. Like it checks the whether the element is present in the array list or not. And the next, it index of. If you pass one object, then it gives the index. It returns the index value. It is used to return the index in the list of the first occurrence of the specified element. It checks the first occurrence, or it returns a minus value, -1, if the list does not contain the element. And next, we are going to shift in IDA, there where we can give some examples about the array list. I'm just shifting to array list here, like this. Here the initialization in the first pair, how we are going to initialize array list string. I want to store string type of objects, then I am giving the string, and here I am implementing the I am initializing the array list. This is the one, initialization. And if you want to add elements into the particular list, then you need to use add function, add method. Then it will insert all the elements, test. And the next, printing the list. If you want to print the list, then just you need to add this plus and it will prints. Just I will run like this, debug as run as Java application, then it will give the output test. See here in the test, in the array list we have, these are the 4 elements particular, so here it will print the list. If you want to remove an element, you need to use the remove, then it will remove the 0 index. You need to pass the element. If you are passing any element which is not exist, index which is not exist, then it will give the exception, array out of bounds exception it will throw. Then before removing or adding any index, any element, then you need to check the index value, what index you are passing, otherwise it will throw an exception. And next, how the array list elements we can iterate. We can how many ways we can iterate the elements. This is the first way, traversing list through for loop. The traditional way, this is the traditional way where we can use for loop to iterate the array list. Int I less than test size, it will give the length of the array list, and it will increments the value, system dot output, then you need to get the index. This is the way, this is the traditional way, already we know that this is a traditional way. In the second way, traversing list through the for each. Here we are going to use the lambda expression. Here test dot for each a object, I am just printing the value a. And the next, traveling list through for each remaining method. Here I am using iterator class, it will give the iterator, test dot iterator. In the array list we have one method iterator that will give iterator. Then in the iterator, for each remaining, here we are using the lambda expression. Here we are lambda expression, the lambda expression, just we are printing the array list. These are the methods the mostly used in the array list, and these are the loops how we can traverse the array list. These are the main methods. There are many more methods we can use. If you want to check, just you need to go through in this, then we will get the methods like this. Trim to size, zero capacity, it will gives the, you need to pass the minimum capacity while initialization you can give. And if you want to get the size, then you can use the size method. And is empty, when just check the array list is empty or not, it will gives the true or false, the boolean. And already we know that contains, if you pass an object, it will check the whether that object is present or not. Then index of, if you want to get the any object that will that gives the index, you need to pass the object. Index range, and last index of, and last index range. If you want to clone the object array list, you can clone array list dot clone, it will gives an object. Then if you want to in the array list to array, you can use the method to return the array containing all the elements in the list in the proper sequence, it will gives. These are the description. These are the you can check the main method implementation class, you will get all the methods. And in this video these are the topics. In the next video we are going to discuss about the other implementation class, the list interface class, that is vector or stack. We can discuss in the next video. And thank you for watching. Please subscribe my channel if you like my content. Thank you very much.